表演台上方的这一台黑鹰咖啡机呢，它是搭载业界目前唯一也就是它Simonelli 集团它的独家科技，这个定重的科技。那也就是说，我们在萃取的时候，看的不是传统的这个体积流量，是看它的萃取到杯中的液体克数，来决定它什么时候要停止萃取。那稍后我们会请 Hide 来为我们解说这种方式对我们的风味精确度有一致性有什么更好的表现？那能够为咖啡店专业的咖啡师带来什么样的好处？各位久等了，那我们现在就开始 Hide 为我们带来的表演，请大家掌声欢迎 Hide。
你好，请多多指教。我是井崎英典。That's it. But thank you very much for coming down today as well. This is the final day. Good. So thank you very much for coming down today. So today what I want to talk about is gravimetry. I would like to introduce a new concept of the espresso machines that is the latest to this industry.
Hide 非常感谢今天大家来到现场看他表演。那今天是咖啡展的最后一天。那 Hide 今天的表演的重点呢，他会为大家讲解这个定重科技，也就是目前算是精品咖啡业界最新的一个科技。
So let me introduce myself. And Hideno is Izaki, I already told you. I'm the World Barista Champion 2014, which is almost 3 years ago. Time flies. Now I'm running my own consulting company called the Samurai Coffee Experience. I do consulting to the people from all over the world, like the product development and cafe consulting and promotional activities, stuff like that. So I do work with Nova Shimonelli for I think over 3 years right now. And right now I'm taking care of the Asia Pacific as a technical consultant. And I do education for Nova Shimonelli and to the people who want to know the deeper understanding of this brand.
Hide 简单介绍一下他自己的这个工作经历。那他是2014年的 WBC 世界杯的咖啡大师冠军。那在他拿到冠军之后呢，那他自己成立了一家咖啡顾问公司，那名字叫做 Samurai Coffee Experience 这个顾问。那近年来他就是跟 Simonelli 有一个合作关系，为他们提供一些技术咨询。所以他目前在亚洲区为 Simonelli 集团以及 Simonelli 的客户提供一些技术服务跟顾问。
So today I'm going to talk about the Victor Arduino, the Black Eagle. How many people have seen this brand before? How many people knows this brand?
现场在场的有多少人听过 Victoria Arduino 这个品牌？请举手。
Nice. And how many people knows the Black Eagle gravimetry?
那有多少人听过定重版的黑鹰咖啡机呢？
Cool, maybe half. And then, how many people use the gravimetric before?
有曾经使用过定重版的黑鹰咖啡机，请举手。
1, 2, 3, and a half and a half. Okay, good. So today's a great experiences, I think. I'm going to explain you what the gravimetric is and what you can gain from this machine.
那今天 Peter 会为大家介绍要怎么样使用这台咖啡机，以及这个使用这个定重版的黑鹰咖啡机对咖啡师可以带来什么样的好处。
So gravimetric. So let's talk about the histories. So back in 10 years ago. So as I started working as a barista when I was back in 11 years ago. And at that time, we never scaled the coffee. 11 years ago. It's like short period, but we never scale. We never scale like this, yeah. We do not really scale the espresso. We do not really scale the amount of coffee that you are using. We never. What we did was we trust here. We trust the experiences. Yeah, we have a dosage espresso grinders. Doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. Okay, so it's consistent. And we use the shot glass. Everyone knows the shot glass?
Peter 说了，他在11年前刚开始成为咖啡师的时候，那个时候是没有人会用秤来称就是咖啡粉的重量或是咖啡液体的重量。那10年前好像在一个行业里面听起来并不是算很长的时间，但是回忆他当初进入这个行业开始工作的时候，完全是没有称重量这个概念，大部分都是靠这个 shot glass， 就是我们这个玻璃量杯来作为一个参考的基准。曾经听过这个玻璃量杯的，请举手。
Shot glass. Everyone using a shot glass even now, yeah? So yeah, this one, yeah. And it says a volume. So for example, so if there's a line on the glass, let's say here, it's like 1 ounce. So what we used to do is that when it comes to the line of the 1 ounce, we stop the extractions. That's a sign that we need to stop it.
玻璃量杯我们怎么使用它呢？我们通常是看上面的刻度，比如说我开始萃取之后，当液体的体积它到达这个刻度的时候，我就停止萃取。
So that was like absolute justice for us. But wait, is that really true that you extracting 1 ounce all the time? But ounce is not accurate enough, isn't it? So because gram is always different, depending on how fresh your coffee is, or depending on what kind of variety you're using, depending on how many days you aged your coffee. So the actual amount of the gram is actually different, depending on the circumstances. Maybe brewing temperature is also related. Really depends on what kind of circumstances you are brewing coffees.
当我们用玻璃量杯在看的时候呢，比如说萃取是1盎司的体积，但是其实这个1盎司啊是不够精准，因为我们每次萃取的1盎司，如果你把它拿去称，它的克数可能都是不一样，液体的克数会随着我的咖啡豆的新鲜度、咖啡豆的品种甚至我的萃取水温，有许多变数都会影响到这个体积1盎司体积它实际萃取出来的重量，所以体积它是不够精确。
So it's sometimes wrong. So also depends on how tall you are, isn't it? Me, I'm not so super tall. I'm okay, I think. But it's angle, depends on angle. For example, you are big, yeah? So that the angle that you are looking at the lines is different. Yeah, how you look is different, isn't it? If it's a particle, or whether it's you tall. Also, depending on how high you are, how you look, how you extract is completely different. Yeah, and also as I said, that other conditions are affected as well. So the absolute justice that we've been believing for a long time is not accurate enough.
我们在看这个玻璃量杯的时候，还有一个人为的误差，因为随着你的身高不同，就是比较高的人看的视线跟比较矮的人看的视线其实也是不一样，这个也会造成一个体积的一个误差，所以我们以前相信这个 shot glass 这个玻璃量杯是一个圣杯，但是好像事实上并不是如此。
So this is how we came up with a scale, isn't it? Because we want to be very precise, and we've been wondering, coffee tasting always different. Because of course, now we look back the past days. Of course, coffee never be consistent because the ground that we use is always different. So this is why coffee tasted always different. So this is why we came up with a scale. So we scale the coffee right now. Yeah, how many grams of coffee you are using, how many grams of coffee you are out. So you know what kind of how mmany grams of coffee you are using now.
所以也就是说，体积不够精准，所以我们开始使用就是去称它的克数，因为我们发现，称它的克数能够让我们更了解就是风味，就是不同的克数对于风味的影响。以前我们常常虽然使用这个 shot glass 这个玻璃量杯，那同样的体积，但是我们还是会发现它的味道，每一杯萃取出来它是不一致的，因为它的克数是不一样的，所以我们才开始用秤来量取它这萃取出来液体的克数。
Yeah, and then our coffee tasted better and better. Of course, our industry is very young. It's like 15 years and 20 years. It's very young industry. So the technology is developing really, really fast. So that our way and our approach to the extraction is also completely different from what I used to do back in 11 years ago. But now, and we have a kind of dilemma as a barista.
相对来说，这个精品咖啡产业是一个很年轻的产业，发展到目前为止，可能也15年、20年的时间而已。但是随着这个科技快速的进步，我们就是有办法把这个利用最新的科技来帮助我们，达到更好的品质。比如说定重就是一个很好的方式。
So now, like, we've got the extra work to do this. So because now we need to extract coffee like this, isn't it? Like, we use a ball-metric machine, and then we use the cups, we use the scales. We put, and we tear. And we need to take care of the extraction. But of course, the coffee doesn't stop automatically. Extraction doesn't stop automatically. So what you need to do is to stop by yourself. But what's going to happen is you look at the scale all the time. More than your wife or more than your boyfriend all the time.
但是呢，我们使用这个秤来作为就是重量，来看它的重量的时候，我们常常碰到一个两难，因为我们为了要确保就是我称出来的克数是我想要的，我在做咖啡的时候，变成咖啡师必须要全神贯注在看这个秤上面的数字，没有办法很专心跟客人做交流，没有办法去做其他的事情。
So that's a dilemma, isn't it? Because we want to, we know that it's really important to perform the customer service. Yeah. So in front of the machines, we stuck in the machine for ages, and we never look at the customers. But it's not making sense, isn't it? Because we want customers to spend amazing time. This is why we're making amazing coffees. But at the same time, we need to look at the extraction because we want to serve amazing coffee to the customers. So there's a dilemma.
所以这的确是一个两难的，因为我们希望做出一杯好的咖啡，就是让客人可以享受这个咖啡，享受这个气氛。但是同一个时间，我们为了要萃取出最好的品质，我们又必须要专注在看这个秤，没有办法好好的服务我们的客人。
So this is why we founded the grab metric, because in the grab metric fulfill our boss demands. Because you can set the gloves that you want, and when the extraction comes to that certain gram, automatically stops. So what I need to do is, I can be as a barista. If you use a scale, you never face back to the machines. But the grametric you can. So what I do, extraction, put the button, I talk to customers. Like this. I can do that. Because it stops automatically that I want. Yeah?
但是呢，也就是说，刚刚碰到这个两难呢，所以我们也就是为什么我们要来发明这个定重科技，因为使用定重科技之后，机器它侦测到我要的萃取的液体克数之后，它会自动停止。那也就是说，我不需要我在按下这个萃取按键之后，我再也不需要一直盯着这个秤看，因为它到达我要的克数，它自动就会停止。
So that's the first merit. And the second merit is very repeatable. So in the biometric, it's not really precise, as I said. It's because biometric is affected by the coffee freshness and affected the human resources. So in the volume that you select is always different because of those factors.
那另外一个好处呢，就是它非常容易复制，也就是说我第一杯萃取出来的品质很容易，如果我觉得它的品质是很好，我很容易就可以再复制同样的品质在下一杯，因为它的参数已经设定好了。
But grammatic doesn't because we stop at the grams. So even if you change the coffee to the very fresh one, but it stops automatically at the same amount. So that you can guarantee the customer that the quantity you are serving.
那这就是传统的这个定量机器没有办法达到的事情，因为定量的话，我们没办法确保就是每一杯出来它的液体克数是一样的，但是定重就有办法达到这个效果。
So in short, the grammatic that promise you to serve a quality first of all. Yeah? So we can make a quality and also the promised quantity. Those 2 points with amazing consistency. Okay, so the consistency is a key point to understand these technologies. So we want customer to enjoy same quality coffee every time. It's not making sense if I'm making amazing coffee and he's making horrible coffee. What's going to happen? Even though you are using the same coffee and we charge the same values, come on. I'm gonna piss off if I go that kind of cafes. I don't like it. Yeah? We want, as a customer, we want the regular coffee all the time, which is trustable and reliable taste.
在设计这个定重科技的背后，我们其实它的概念是追求这个品质的一致性。除了品质之外，还有就是我们这个量，萃取给我们服务，我们这个是提供这个杯给客人，它里面的咖啡液体的量是一致性的。因为如果你是一位客人的话，你到一间咖啡店，每一位咖啡师做出来的咖啡都不一样。如果你今天去跟明天去喝到的咖啡是不一样，但是你付一样的钱。如果换成是他是客人的话，他会很生气。
Cool. So this is what the grammatic is. So now you guys are very patient. You guys hear my presentation more than 20 minutes. So this is award time so that you can taste, you can see the coffee, how I select the coffees and how I use this grammatic. So let me introduce directly and how you're going to taste, how you're going to use these coffees. And then today, final day, so we prepared a special coffee. Very special. It's a same geisha variety coffee from Panama, but different roasting profiles. One is a medium roast, medium dark roasted a little bit. This one is like light roasted coffee. So you can find out completely different experiences.
好，谢谢大家耐心等候。就是稍后的话，就是 Hide 会邀请大家，就是可以靠近一点来看他的操作。那今天大家非常幸运，因为今天是最后一天，所以 Hide 特别准备了geisha 艺伎豆来让大家就是可以品尝。那这边在右手边在左手边的这个2台磨豆机里面呢，它2只豆子同样都是同一个巴拿马艺伎的品种，但是它烘焙度稍微有点不一样。那在黑色的这一台磨豆机的里面是稍微中深焙的艺伎，那白色的话则是比较偏浅焙的。稍后 Hide 会煮不同的风味让大家测试。
It's very limited, so if it's sold out, sorry about this. But anyway, so let's come out. So first I'm going to demonstrate it, and after that I give you coffee until it's sold out.
因为这个豆子有限哦，所以如果说等一下出杯没有的话，我们就不再提供了，不好意思。那现在就是欢迎大家靠近一点来看 Hide 表演，但是麻烦请大家不要影响到 Hide 操作的原则，谢谢大家。